Hi, everybody, and Happy New Year. And I hope you're all happy and healthy. And as you can see by the title of my vlog, our Christmas ended up being devastatingly sad. My brother passed away Christmas night, and we were all there around it. It was, ugh. He had a ruptured aortic aneurysm, so they're in your chest. And often people are told they have them by their doctor, but depending on the size, the doctors don't operate on them because apparently the operation can be quite risky, very, very high risk. So his was quite huge, and he had just found out about it about 6 weeks ago. And the doctors had told him they will not be operating on it because it is so big and it's very high risk. So he said, just go live your life. You've been living your life with it. He had a stroke. I'm going to back this up. He had a stroke in, I want to say, the end of August, beginning of September, somewhere in there. He had a stroke. And it was mild. I mean, he was very fit. He coached minor football in our city, and so he was a pretty fit guy. He's a year younger than me. We are what you call, I don't know if this is an appropriate term, but Irish twins. Like when I was 3 months old, my mom had him. So we're very close in age. He was exactly a year and a week younger than me. And so he was pretty fit, and then he had a stroke, and that kind of set him back a little bit. But he started to recover from that. And then on Christmas, it's funny how all of us, we have such a big family that we don't always all celebrate together. Like family units will celebrate. And so in my house, we celebrated Christmas Eve. And in their house, they celebrated Christmas Eve. So he had his kids, grandkids, so on and so forth. Same with us. So we all had beautiful time, posted pictures, all smiling. He's smiling, great pictures. So the next night, he passed away. It burst. And once it bursts, it's all internal bleeding, and they just wait, and you just pass away. So it has been devastatingly sad. We just had his burial on Friday, and it's Tuesday. And of course, it was minus 25 degrees outside. It was beyond cold. It was bitter, bitter cold. But looking up at the people that showed up for him outside in that bitter cold, it's just a testament to the kind of man he was. And his oldest son, actually, it's not his oldest child, but the oldest son, he did everything, took all the stress off his mom, and it was absolutely beautiful to see how wonderful of a young man. His dad would have been so proud of him. And then we all went back to him and his wife's place afterwards. But he was just a rock. And I just kept hugging him and telling him how amazing he was, and that it's okay for him to now take some time to kind of grieve. But so yeah, that's what happened on our Christmas. So we're just slowly creeping out of the fog, as they say. It's kind of I just looked over there because it looked like somebody was watching me. But and I don't even care if they are, slowly creeping out of the dark fog that is grief that just envelops everyone. Like, we're all just under this horrible, sad cloud. And I'm so glad that the sun has finally decided to shine and warm up a little bit, because as we all know how much that helps a person's mood. So please say some prayers for my sister-in-law. She's undergoing radiation this week. And yeah, it's been hard on her. And she was quite not happy, but she wanted to get everything settled with her husband and my brother before she had to face her radiation. So we're all there for her, everybody surrounding her, supporting her, helping her through her now trials. And so if you could just say a prayer for her and for their family and my family, I would really, really appreciate it. So I've spent a lot of time since Christmas just kind of quiet in nature, and if I can't go out in nature, at least I can look at it through all the windows. There was just some beautiful jumbo fat snowflakes just passing by. There's just so much peace. And me, who never liked plants, now I'm trying to get a little bit of a plethora of plants around me just to soothe my broken soul. I checked in on my sister-in-law, see how her radiation is going, and she seems to be doing okay. And sent a nice thank you card to her son for showing such bravery in handling everything with his father's burial. And as I'm picking off the dead leaves off this African violet, which I did before, I took them all off, and I was so worried they would never come around. But with everything, something dies and then something resurrects again, you know? So yeah, it's doing really well here. As well as this new one, it was by our bathtub, but it wasn't doing good. So I thought it must be the indirect light in here. Look at that guy. And I put him in a pot I had that I absolutely love. I don't know if you know by now, you should know me by now. I like quirky things. Like I bought that teacup and saucer just because it was weird. I've used it twice, but I just like looking at it because it's bizarre and quirky and weird. I asked my son, I said, Jesse, do you think my house is weird? And he goes, well, you have a birdhouse hanging in your living room. And what else did he say? You have a birdhouse hanging in your living room. You have old books tied with twine in the bottom of the birdhouse. And now I have this beautiful ornament called a grandparents tree that Shannon gave us, and I'm hanging it in the birdhouse instead of the lavender I had in there. And he goes, and you have an emotional support chicken sitting everywhere you look. There's one even over there. There's an emotional support chicken. That's my Alphaba Squishmallow Deanne got me. And that's just good old Gus. I love Gus. Richard bought him for me years ago. I just love Gus. So yeah. And then Jesse forgot his frog. We used to we didn't call him Frog, but he collected frogs because he used to high jump. And he was just an incredible high jumper. So we used to get him green stuff, and he had little frog journals, and you know, and then I think he saw that at Christmas time and bought it. And he bought it with something really quirky for me. And if I can think of it, I'll tell you guys because I can't remember right now. What was that? Oh, yeah, it was this candle with a whole bunch of quartzes in it. Oh, and this mug by Ray Dunn, which I love, that says, "There's no place like home." And there's red Dorothy shoes on the handle because I'm just wicked obsessed. So, yeah, I guess I am a bit zany. My mother was too, though, now that I think about it. She always had stuff, and it just worked, you know? She had all kinds of eclectic things around her, like so much. And her walls were probably hundreds more pictures than this, but it worked. So, hey everyone, I realize I haven't shown my face in a while. Don't have any makeup on, but I'm getting a haircut. I think this weekend Jesse's coming to town, so he promised. He said, "Jesse, I look like a troll." You know when you take those trolls and you used to shake them in your hands and their hair would go, whoa! That's what my hair looks like when I get up, exactly like a troll. So I just thought I'd bring up to date with a few of the little things I've been doing. Hang on. Okay, my daughter and I were talking, and the best way to soothe our hearts is to create, knit, crochet, do something. So first thing I did was I knit Charlene, my brother's wife, some socks, and then Janet made her a shawl. And I put in that, what's that really nice cream? Aqua something. Aquaphor. A big jar of that because she's having radiation. So I did that. And so now I'm making another temperature blanket, which forces you to knit every day. It's not a lot of knitting, just one row. But I really like the softer colors I've chosen. And this one is when did I do that? 2018. And it's 2024, so 5 years ago. Anyway, I did that one 200 stitches, and this one's 150, so it won't be as wide. But I love the colors, don't you? I just think they're so pretty and soft, and I love temperature blankets. Deanne's making one too. If I can find a picture of what she started, I'll insert it here. But a lot of the yarns are like tweeds, even though you can't really tell, but it's sort of, see how in here the tweeds are in a soft green. This green isn't a tweed, but it's like moss. So pretty. So I don't want anything like in your face blaring, you know, but I think, oh, here's another tweed. Overall, it's just going to be so pretty at the end of it all. So we haven't had, I'll show you the book. Anyway, I wanted to have a book like the book I had before. So I went downstairs and lo and behold, or upstairs in my knitting, I found the original book. So this is the first one, and I think I put the date in here. Yeah, January 2019. You found return. And so I did every month of the year, and all the temperatures of that year are all recorded in here. That in itself is really fun. And one thing we always write, if we're not in our own city, like we were in Kelowna, BC, and then we were in Radium Hot Springs there. So anytime we went away, you write where you were. I think that looks like, I don't know what that says, but anyway, you write the different dates of there. We were in Calgary there. So cool, hey? So all I did was flip it upside down, and you can see the colors I used before. Oh, Deanne's colors. So yeah, that's it for my temperature blanket. So I got a couple of parcels today. One, I entered a contest that this friend of mine was having, and she was it was after Christmas actually, and she was doing a video day for 12 days. So I just watched them and I commented on everyone. And it says, congratulations on winning one of the 12-day Mercy draws. And there is no way she knows that these are my absolute favorite chocolates. Absolute all-time favorite chocolates. Sweet Georgia Browns. I've been getting a reaction to certain nuts, like peanuts, so I sure hope these will be okay. I think they will be. I have to check on my supper, and then I have to show you this one other thing. My daughter laughed. She goes, Mom, it's 2:17 and your supper is made? Or what, are you, a senior or something? I go, yes, I am. So I made these. This is done. It's like a meatloaf, but when you use lean meat, you don't get a lot of sauce in down in here, but they're sizzling. Ooh. And they're like meatloaf. But then, just before we eat, I'm gonna put this Havarti Swiss mix cheese on top of them and pop them back in the oven for a minute. Don't you think those are gonna be yummy? Let me pull one out. So here's what they look like. And what I decided to do is make it look like pull-apart cupcakes. You know, when you put cupcakes in, but they're actually meatloaf. It's the exact same meatloaf recipe I always use. And then I'm just gonna top it with, now that they're cooled, with cheese. And then you'll just pull them apart. I'll just warm them up for like a minute or two for the cheese to melt when it's time to eat. Cool, eh? Gonna be lots of cheese on these, as long as each one gets some fromage. Might as well use up all this cheese. Do you want some cheese, Fitz? Yes. He's just waiting behind me. Why do dogs love cheese so much? I don't think I know of one dog that's ever there. These are my pull-apart meatloaf balls. It's my own recipe. I just thought it'd be fun to try something different for a change. I had to wash my hands really well before I open this last parcel. Now, I am going to open this up. And this, ladies and gentlemen, I'm not sure if you have heard of Birkin handbags. They are the high end of handbags, and they are made by designer Hermès. And the price for the original Birkin handbag starts at $9,000, but can sell for $30,000 depending on the size. So, and why are they so expensive? The originals are so expensive because of their craftsmanship and the materials used and the heritage behind the Hermès market. So, I'm not sure if you guys have heard lately that Walmart found a dupe for these bags, the exact same bag. So, to make a long story short, I couldn't resist. And Richard hadn't bought me a birthday or Christmas present yet. So I told him I wanted this bag. They're calling them Workins with a W instead of a Birkin. So I'm sure this is my bag because I see the handle here. And I wanted to open it with you guys. So here we go. I'm moving these scissors. Hang on, I don't want to cut anything. Just a minute. You guys ready? Here we go. It comes in a nice dust bag, which is always an indicator of a nice purse when it comes in a dust bag. So let's pull it out. The orange color is the most popular of the Birkins, but we didn't have any orange left over. They're almost all sold out. I believe they're sold out in the United States. Look at this beautiful bag. Let's take this off. Ooh, nice. So I ended up getting the red. Isn't this gorgeous? Look at this bag. And I guess it's identical to the ones that are made by Hermes. Very lovely. So I guess I gotta take these off. Well, hang on, I'm gonna get all this stuff off. Okay, here she is. My Workin, which is the dupe for the Birkin. Isn't this a beautiful bag? It took me, I have to admit, it took me a while to figure out how to put all the doodads. This is called a clochette. I literally had to look it up on YouTube and watch other people. One lady said, you buy them, but they don't tell you how to put all this stuff on. So a clochette holds the key. Can you see that key? You just pull it out, and that's a key that locks your bag. I just leaving the lock closed on there, even if the bag isn't locked. And these closures slide into the slot. Well, there's a little slot there. Can you see? They slide in there and in there. And then you can wear it as a crossbody or a shoulder bag if you want, or you can take that off. The inside of the bag is gorgeous. Really, I love that it's so boxy, I guess. And it's supposed to be Amazon. And it's called a Podoroo power bank. I heard about it on TikTok. Someone was saying she doesn't go anywhere without her Podoroos. It is that, plus it's also a flat surface phone charger. So it also has, let me show you, so that's how much voltage is in the thing right now. So you can see the adapter on the left and the wide one on the right for two different kinds of phones or adapters. So it also serves as that. But I love this part that you can just stick it. You probably heard that little ping. You can just sit your phone on it and it charges your phone. This is pretty dang cool. So, hey guys, I'm just sitting in the car outside a Superstore. Richard's in there. It is a blustery, blizzardy situation starting. Let me see if I can open the window. Let me see, because the car's off. Whoops. Yeah, listen. Let me just, okay. This is how our blizzards start. Those are the Canadian flags flapping. Just a second ago, the window was clear. So it's kind of like a rainy, and you see the wind blowing the snow? Yeah, this is going to be a blizzard in about an hour. So yeah, and it's really cold. We were just shopping at the Bay. I just got, we just got Richard's, let me reword this, Richard's bonus. but we split it. So I just bought myself the coziest, knitted, comfiest dress because I'm always freezing. It's just delightful. Richard goes, so I think it's going to be itchy. I'm like, oh, heck. Oops. And this is the sweater. I don't know what kind of neck it has. Oh, there we go. It's just a crew neck. And it goes all the way down to below your knees. Oh my goodness sakes. Love it. I will live in that. This is going to be my home, like, house dress. You know, I have a black one that I wear in the summertime, but that's my house dress for the winter. So, do you guys like my new glasses? I think I'm getting my hair cut on Sunday. So I think the jury's out for me. Because right now I think I look kind of like a granny. Well, I am a granny. But you know, granny with wire rim glasses. You know, but I love the rose gold on them. They're so light. I really do like how they feel and everything. But I need a cooler haircut to sport these, I think, you know. So we went to the bay, and then Richard said, let's go buy some lunch. And I said, let's not. Let's just have a muffin and a smoothie or hot chocolate. Like, it's almost supper time. I'm not hungry. So, ooh, that car's gonna hit, Jinx. Holy, he didn't. He missed it. Wow. Anyway, I'm not hungry, and I don't get that hungry. Like, if I have some toast in the morning and a coffee, I've been making a lot. Holy, this guy's driving like a maniac. Wow. He's right in front of me, and he's backing in with a truck. Anyway, and he's as my mother would say, he's as crooked as Dick's hat band, okay? Why he went through all of that to park that cockamamie. Oh, he's about 100 years old. Yeah, oops. He thinks I'm filming him, but I'm not. Okay, Pops. I decided to make some hot chocolate, but that's a little Nespresso. What did I call it? Oh, I forget, but that's what it is, really little. I love it so much, and the little pods are small. Like, the other ones are bigger, but this is the size of them. Really tiny, and the foil pods are recyclable. Did you know that, Richard? Yeah. But I thought for an extra treat, we're going to add some foamy milk. And we're going to add, I'm trying to find the line. Why do they put these lines dark on, no, they're there. Dark on dark. So we put some milk in there. Guess I could put some white paint on it to make it, well, this is going to be for both of us. So put that on. This thing is so awesome. So there it goes. See, it's spinning and heating at the same time. And if you push the bottom, you get cold foam. So if you're having an iced cappuccino or something. So I'm just waiting for the kettle for our hot chocolate. Probably good because I'm putting the milk in. There. And I'll mix it up with our You're never grumpy. What's wrong? Look at Fitz, he got a haircut. Guess who gave him the haircut? His mama. I was covered in hair. But nobody else can cut him. Imagine getting kicked out of grooming. Sorry, you can't handle your dog. He's too vicious. Look at that milk spinning in there. All right. Foam for him. Foam for me. Oops, I'm so sloppy. I've got to get off the phone and not do it because I'm dripping it down the sides. I hope you can see the magnificence of this prism. Look at this, look at this. Look at my room is full of teeny tiny little my bed's not made, excuse that. Teeny tiny rainbows, even over there by my jewelry. Oh my goodness. And look up here on the wall. And the ceiling. I love it, love it. Look at this. This is the one Richard bought me. Oh my God. It was just because you've been sad. He knows I love prisms and I love rainbows. And there's nothing more joy-filled than a prism producing that kind of magic in your bedroom. Come on, you guys. Look at this. And you can get them. They don't have to be this big or decadent. This was only, I forget how much this one was, because it's full of rose quartz. I think it was 30. But that's a more extravagant one. I'll show you the one that was here. It's in the other room. Hopefully it's doing the same thing. There's a few. It all depends on where, oh, there they are. Where the sun is shining. I absolutely think everyone should have a prism in their life. Oops, this one's swinging. That might be why it's giving such gorgeousness. But all it is the sun and the rays break up and you have instant rainbows. Who doesn't want instant rainbows? I mean, come on. How pretty. And look how tiny that one is. So you don't have to have a big one just to get rainbows. The other one was just a moon, which is my nickname, and it had rose quartz, which means loving kindness. It's gorgeous, and so is this. Oh! The Art of Doing by Jessie Lipscomb. It is a bestseller right now in Indigo, Chapters, on Amazon, anywhere you buy books. This is by Jessie Lipscomb. Do I know that man? I sure do. I gave birth to him. And Jesse, not only is he an actor, but he's a really good public speaker. And he's a doer. There's a nice picture there. So Richard and I are in Indigo Chapters. Even though we each have a copy of Jesse's book, we found it right here. And while we were here, someone bought one. So there's only one left on the shelf. So exciting when you see your own son's book on a bookshelf. People are buying them all over. It's so exciting. So if you guys ever pick one up, let me know. Hi guys. Well, now you can see my glasses with my short hair. I got a haircut. Jesse cut it yesterday. I love it. Love it, love it, love it. I always look way better with short hair. Unless it goes from here to here overnight and that in between where I look like a troll. My hair, I don't have it's so thin that I start looking like I said, a troll. And no, that's not going to happen. I feel so, what's the word? And I'm being facetious and sarcastic right now. I feel so in demand because I was asked by the city of St. Albert to speak about my Black history at a big Black History Month event with the mayor and the councilors and everything. And then we received tickets to Soul in the City, the big Black History event in Edmonton at the big Winspear Theatre. And Jesse's performing in that. And then there's food and drinks, and the radio station, I think it's CKUA, is putting on some kind of celebrity party after. So we're just on our way back home from the city of St. Albert Place. I gave a speech because today is the official day of Black History Month and in Canada, and they read the proclamation that it is Black History Month in Canada. And so I spoke. The lady who was in charge wanted me to tell my history because it's so different from somebody who is African and born and chose to come here versus being from an enslaved person who was kidnapped and put on a ship and brought here not of their consent. And Richard and I, our ancestors, are the ones that were kidnapped and put on ships and brought here. So yeah, it was neat. There were some government people here. It was very interesting. So we're home now. That's Turner Nicky right there.
Yeah.
Give him a toot toot. Me who has no life, and then all of a sudden, boom, boom. Isn't that the way that is? Everything happens on one day. So you think I'm going to end the real vlog here. And if I have enough time, I'm going to insert that section, where I was trying on my winter clothes. I don't know if it'll fit in here. If not, I'm just going to do it by itself. Purging winter clothes. That's what it'll be. Yeah. And yeah. So thanks for watching again. As I told you, sad news. We don't have a lot of time left if you're 70 plus. So do what you want to do. Be happy. Just be happy. Do what you want. If you want to stay in your pajamas all day, stay in your pajamas all day. If you want to go swim, go swim. Do what you want to do. And be happy and do it with joy and happiness in your heart. And it's just like that poem, Desiderata. What does it say? Something about stay away from loud and vexatious people. Anybody that hurts your soul, don't let them in. You, at this point, don't have time for that, So be happy and be loved. And I love you all. And thanks for watching. See you soon. Bye.